Get ready with me while I tell you how I got my phone smashed into pieces, my license cut up into pieces, and how I got grounded for 2.5 months. So I'll give you a little background information. I went to this festival. It kind of all started when I went to this festival, in my opinion. I went to this festival with me and my friend, and my mom wanted to talk to a parent that was going, and there was a parent that was going, but it wasn't going the whole weekend like we were going. So we kind of catfished her, and I gave her my friend's number, and my friend pretended to be her mom. So she didn't find out about that for a while. So fast forward to like December, she found out I took Plan B by looking over my shoulder, and wasn't too happy about that. And that's kind of like rightfully so. Like I probably should have told her that, but I didn't. So next she went to my room the first time and found a pregnancy test, which she was very upset about, which is rightfully so. I do understand that, and I do understand why I was grounded, but it just kind of sucks because my life kind of got all messed up. Then she got in contact with my sister's friend, like, because they're really close, and my sister's friend kind of like snitched on me, saying that I was like partying all summer, which I was doing those things, but she does not need to tell my mom that. It's like, why would you tell my mom that? Like, that's big op, big bitch, never trust her again. She tried again to contact with me to this day and like trying to work things out, but absolutely not. So when I went to basketball practice, she went to my room and found an old Truly box. And oh my god, she was livid. She took my phone away, but she gave it back like 2 hours later. So, and then this is where it gets bad. So a few days later, my friend was kind of like worried about me or something. I don't really remember the context of it. I just remember she was worried about me and like kind of contacted my mom through her phone because she had her number, and my mom thought it was her mom contacting. And my mom and her were talking, and mom got really suspicious about something she said, like, this is kind of sus. So she went on my phone and like looked at the contacts and found out that they were the same ones, and it was my friend that she was talking to the entire. So after that, she literally took my license, she cut it up with the scissors in front of me. I actually have a picture of it. And then she took my phone and banged it against my bed. So it was completely gone. She was gone. She was not there. And I understand why she did that. That was kind of like messed up in my opinion on that I did that. Like, that is really bad for me to do, and like she lost every trust in me, like, because I was basically lying to her the entire summer about what was I doing, like who was I hanging out with. I was lying to her the entire summer, and that was not very smart on my part. So take it from me and don't catfish your mom, because she will find out.
Get ready with me for a sleepover while I tell you guys how I got jumped at my last sleepover. Just kidding, y'all thought I got jumped? But I almost did actually get jumped, but this was like a couple years ago, so let me tell you guys the story. So this was like in like 4th or 5th grade, I can't really remember, and we had like a big friend group. It was like 6 of us, and we all decided to have a sleepover at this one girl's house. Joe, we were the friend group that always argued and then got back cool. So our messy selves at one sleepover, all in one house, yeah, something was definitely about to happen. Okay, so basically as soon as we get there, you know, it was cool at first, and then of course 2 of the girls start arguing. I don't even know why. Me being the messy person I am, I start recording and they're not even fighting. Like, they're just arguing. So, girl, put your phone down. But then again, I was in like 4th grade, so if anything popped off, I was just gonna record. Like, so once they start arguing, then they started getting physical. Like, they started punching and hitting each other and they start fighting. Once they're done, you know, I don't know what they were doing. You could just see me I was just in the corner just recording. Like, I don't know. One of the girls that got punched in the stomach and can barely breathe, she was huffing and puffing. She starts getting mad at me, talking about some, Kyle, put your phone down, why are you recording? Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have been recording because it was very unnecessary, but girl, don't take your anger out on me just because you got punched in the stomach. My best friend, Erica, she was recording as well. And so she goes to Erica and was like, you too, girl. I don't know why both of y'all are recording. Da-da-da-da. And she started walking up on us. I'm just like, girl, isn't that serious? Like, calm down. Like, we're not gonna send it to nobody. And the other girl rises up because she was on the ground just getting beat up. And she's like, yeah, I don't know why y'all are recording da-da-da. Huh? Girl, wasn't y'all just fighting? Don't try to game up on me and my best friend. So they start walking up into our faces. We're going back and forth, arguing, and then her mom comes downstairs. Mom tells us to shut it down, go to bed, and we turn on a movie and just go to bed because it was just too much going on. The next morning, she has this like event, and I'm just like, okay, if you had an event, then why are you having a sleepover the day before? And then the next morning, she leaves us at her house. 5 of us are in the house, home alone, in her house. And she got mad at us because we didn't clean up. Left us at your house. But now I'm best friends with the girl, so Adriana, I love you so much. Don't get offended, girl. It's just a story time. But yeah, guys. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all, for the gospel.
Story time on how I went to a concert with somebody I thought was my friend. So it was supposed to be 3 of us going, but my friend had backed out last minute because she couldn't go anymore. So now it was just me and this other girl that I had invited because she had told me that she also wanted to go. I had hung out with this girl maybe once or twice before, but we never like really went out in public or anything like that. So this was kind of a new boundary for us, or it was just new to us. We ended up having 1 extra ticket because my other friend couldn't go. So I had told my boyfriend at the time if he wanted to go, and he said yes. So now it was 3 of us going, just my boyfriend, that girl, and me. So I had invited her over to my house so we could all ride together, and I let her go through my closet for whatever she wanted to wear. She ended up finding something to wear and then said that she had brought a bottle over if we wanted to drink. I wasn't comfortable drinking at the time. Like, now I'm kind of getting used to it, but I'm a real lightweight. Like, I just can't take liquor like that, so I declined it. While I was retouching my makeup, she had sat down on the bed and proceeded to mention that somebody close to her had a really strong opinion about me. She was telling me but wasn't telling me at the same time. It was kind of weird. It made me feel really, really weird and really uncomfortable because I didn't know who this person was, but she knew and my boyfriend knew. It made me feel so left out. At the same time, I was so embarrassed because I was like, you know, like, how do I not know somebody but they hate me? I remember asking her, I'm like, oh my god, like, what did she say? Just trying to get context out of the conversation. And the girl was like, oh, I really don't remember. After she started talking about you, I zoned out of it. Which was fine. I kind of brushed it off. I thought it was weird, but I brushed it off. And we headed out to the concert. The whole car ride, maybe I was overthinking it, but I don't know. I was kind of left out of conversation. We had known each other from, you know, like a different past. So they were talking with things that just didn't involve me, things that I didn't know about. Like, I really couldn't chime in at all. So the whole conversation, the way there, was kind of like a 2-person conversation, and I was just listening and enjoying it, I guess. I brushed that off. I'm ready to go on the concert and have a good time. So it is a standing concert, and we have
like no sections. Like you could book a section so you don't have to stand, I guess, but we didn't. We just bought regular tickets to see the artist. There was this part in the concert where I had noticed I was completely alone. Like I was close to the stage, and that girl and my boyfriend were in a section sitting down together. So they ended up getting kicked out of the section, and where I'm standing, like I'm like close to the front, they ended up walking close to me, walk in front of me, stand there together. And like I'm like so in shock, like, because I guess I'm like the only one realizing like actually what's going on. And I'm standing behind them now, and I'm just like, hello? Like, if it was me, I would have like pulled for my girlfriend, you know, to like, I don't know. And I know I'm not exaggerating on the point where I am alone, so alone to the fact that men are approaching me, asking me to go, like, do you want to join our section? Do you want to join our table? You know, like, do you come to the stage? Like, I was so alone that men felt comfortable enough to approach me. That we ended up going home. Overall, I had such a great experience at the concert, not with the people I was with, but the next morning I had woke up and I was just venting to my sister and really going through what happened, and realized that, you know, my feelings, like, they're valid. I don't know how to articulate it very well because I'm still like flabbergasted that that's how things went down that night. I don't really know if I'm misreading it or if I'm the only one that remembers that happened that way, or I don't know. But I don't talk to that girl anymore. She did message me the next day though. I remember I had sent her pictures the next morning that we took together, and she had sent me this long paragraph on how she thinks me and my boyfriend at the time should get married and live in a fairy tale book ending. It was so calculated. I will say now I'm extremely careful with who I hang out with, who I let around me, because not that is a bad thing to venture out, hang out with new people. It's just that I am a little bit more cautious because you never really know people's intentions. So that was a learning lesson for me. But yeah, guys, that is the look for today. I just wanted to remind y'all that your feelings are valid. Act on it, stand on it, protect your peace, do what you have to do to feel at your best always.
What would you do if you just found out your best friend of 5 years was stealing from you? Because I just found out that my best friend of 5 years was stealing from me, and I honestly don't know what to do. So let's rewind and start from the beginning, because this is actually insane to me, and that is why I haven't posted in about 5 days, because I have been dealing with this drama for the same amount of time that I haven't been posting. Dude, we're gonna call this girl Bella. Wait, I actually have two really good friends named Bella who didn't do this, so we're gonna call this girl Stacy. So also, excuse the chocolate on my face, I literally just had pie bowls, but I have been friends with Stacy since, like I said, 5 years. So I've been friends with her since 8th grade. So me and Stella became really close really quick. We don't go to the same school or anything, but we met through mutual friends, and we have been really good friends, or so I thought, ever since. Me and this girl, like, we have been friends, and like I was always there for her. Like, I haven't been anything but a good friend to this girl. Like, I'm always there for her. Like, anytime she ever needed me to spot her on something, like I was always there. Like, literally just always there for her. And like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys like she never did anything for me, but, and like, this isn't a comparison because we're friends, and I didn't expect her to ever like do anything back. Like, I did stuff not expecting anything in return, but I did start to notice that every time I did do something for her or like spot her, like even like $1, she would never say thank you or anything. She would take it as if I should be the one like paying for her and all that stuff. And there are so many stories about this girl. Like, one time we were both getting something to eat, and she's the one who planned like the dinner and everything, and she reserved a spot. But once we got there, she claimed that she had forgot her wallet, and I remember seeing it in her car because she picked me up and took me there because she's the one who planned the date and everything, and I didn't have my license at that point. And I remember telling her like, oh, I thought I saw it in your car, like, do you want me to run out and grab it for you, because I had already put my share of the bill on in the table on the check. And she was like, no, like, I know for sure that I left it at my house. Like, I swear on everything, it's in my house. So do you mind just spotting me and I'll pay back later? So obviously I said yes. And later when I asked her, like, hey, like, is everything going okay with, like, the PayPal, like, insinuating that, like to pay me back and everything? Because usually we would, like, pay each other back through PayPal. She was like, oh, like, what do you mean? And I just wasn't about to push her at that point because, like, I knew she knew what I meant. But, like, I just didn't, like, say anything because I'm just like, oh, like, I guess you just didn't want to pay me back. So fast forward, when I found out that she was stealing from me was when I was on TikTok. But let's just go back a second. I just remembered this. During, like, the months that I found out that she was stealing from me, which we'll get into later, I was actually starting to notice some of my stuff missing. Like, I thought that I just misplaced it in the laundry because I, like, before, like, me and her had been friends, like, I also noticed some of my stuff missing, and, like, I would find it, like, a couple months later, so I was just like, all right, like, I just lost my favorite sweatshirt, whatever, I'll find it later. And y'all, I'm already at 3 minutes. I'm about to film part 2, so go to part 2 now. Love you guys. Bye.
Get ready with me while I tell you guys about the story that I got sent. So it started off by me meeting this guy a few months before COVID started. We were texting for a while, getting to know each other, and eventually I started to like him. We were going out, and eventually my girl best friend moved around my area. We were hanging out a lot, and I eventually told her about my boyfriend. She was happy for me, but then she started acting weird. She hits him up, and he ends up sending me a screenshot of her trying to get at him. She asked me if I wanted to hang out, so I was like, okay, sure. So whenever I went to her house, I ended up confronting her about it. She got mad at me and told me why I would ever think that she'll hit up on my boyfriend, but then I showed her the proof. After I showed her the proof, she kicked me out of her house, and I went straight to my boyfriend's house. When I went to my boyfriend's house, I told him what happened, and he told me to drop her. So then I dropped her, and then COVID started, so I couldn't see my boyfriend as much. We take a little break because COVID did start and we couldn't really see each other, but we'll still text seeing how we were doing. Then my best friend sends me a snap of them together. And the reason why they had a chance seeing each other more is because they were in a gated community together and they lived like 30 seconds away from each other. When she sent me the snap, she didn't have one boyfriend, but she had 2. But then I stop her back and tell her what she's doing with my ex, and she just blocks me. But then I text my ex and I tell him that I want nothing to do with him and that I don't want to hear from him anymore. Moving forward to this year, we talked about it and made a solution. Now we're all good with each other, but we're not friends. Okay, that is the end of the story, but let me give you guys some feedback. First of all, that friend isn't your friend. And I hope that you cut contact with her, and if you did, good job. I know it's hard to cut off contact with a friend that you're best friends with, but if you did so, proud of you. And for your ex to be letting himself like that, and then your ex, he doesn't even have any respect, so don't go back to him. I know how girls be with their ex, just don't. At the end of the day, keep your head up and be careful on who you hang out with.
Get ready with me to sneak out and go have a fight. I have to be really quiet, but I'm going to give you, like, guys, a little, like, backstory on why I'm having a fight with this guy. Okay, so the backstory, it all started when I first started college, right? I was just sitting on the bus, like, on my way to college, and this girl was just giving me dirty looks, like, and I was just like, why is she giving me dirty looks? Like, it's my first day at college, like, let me live. I haven't even seen her in my life before, and she's just giving me dirty looks on the bus, so I'm like, right, what is happening right now? You guys probably all know my friend Madison by now, but basically I literally turned to her on the bus and I was like, what is that girl looking at? Like, does she have a problem? I wasn't saying it in like a way where I wanted to like start a fight. I was just like, does she have a problem with me or something? Like, why is she looking at me like that? And she obviously heard me and she turned her head and looked at me and she was like proper stank look, and I was like, this girl has got to be bit through right now. Sometimes my sister would drop me to college, but then sometimes I would get the bus as well. But like all the times that I would get the bus to college, this girl would literally just stare at me, give me dirty looks, and just like laugh at me with her friends. So I was just like, I'm not having this no more. So I found out her name and I found her Snapchat and I started messaging her. I was like, do you have a problem with me or something? Because I'm not trying to start anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just keep giving me dirty looks on the bus and I just want to know why. Like, what have I done? And can I just say, I still don't know who this girl is. Like, she just is giving me dirty looks on the bus. Like, I have no clue who she is. Like, you know what I mean? And she messaged me back and she was trying to deny that she was giving me dirty looks. She was like, I wasn't giving you dirty looks, this, da, 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 da. And I was like, yes, you was. Like, I'm not delusional. I literally saw you giving me a dirty look and laughing at me with your freaking friends. And she kept denying it, and then I finally got it out of her and I was like, yeah, exactly, so why was you giving me dirty looks? She was like, I don't really know, to be honest, you just give me a weird vibe. Excuse me, I've never spoke to this girl in my life. I don't know who she is. She just gives me dirty looks on the bus, literally. Like, dead ass, bro. Like, girl, I've never spoke to you before. Like, what? How am I giving you a weird vibe? So I said that to her. I was like, how am I giving you a weird vibe if I've never spoke to you before? And then she was like, oh, come find me. I was like, huh? Girl, what? Guys, I'm not even joking. When she said this, I literally sent her a voice note laughing my head off. I was like, I'm not fighting you. Like, I don't even know who you are. You just give me dirty looks on the bus and I wanted to know why. Like, what the hell? And then she started like calling me ugly and everything, and I was just like, what the hell is this girl talking about? I was like, I just wanted to know why she was giving me dirty looks, and now she's like calling me ugly and stuff like this. And she kept saying, fight me, come fight me, come fight me. Like, I'll meet you here, I'll meet you here. I kept saying to her, I was like, I don't want to fight you. Like, girl, all I wanted to know, the only reason I freaking messaged you was to find out why she was giving me dirty looks on the bus. I just wanted to see if I did anything to her, because I like literally don't even know who she is. Like, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo, I've never seen her in my life, do you know what I mean? And at this point we was literally just going back and forth. Like, she was like, come fight me, come fight me. I was like, I literally don't want to fight you. Like, why do I have a need to fight you? No, I don't. And she was just like, oh, come just fight me, like, I'm literally gonna beat you up and everything. So I was just like, okay, whatever, like, I'm bored of this now, like, let's just get it over. So now I'm going to meet her, and yeah. And can I just say that this like whole dirty look thing has like happened like every single time I got on the bus, like since I started college. I started college in like September. It is now freaking January. Girl, she's been holding a grudge. Don't even know what I did to her, but she seems to have an issue, so I'm gonna solve that issue, period. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, I guess. And now we're going to meet her. So wish me luck, guys. I will let you know how it goes.
Hey guys, get ready with me while I tell you about how me and my best friend snuck out to central London with 8 other people and got caught at 4 AM. Okay, so let me give you just like a background story. So this girl that is my best friend now, it was the first day that I ever met her, and we just like, we clicked. We literally clicked. We met the same day that we snuck out, and yeah. So let me tell you what the plan was. So our plan was to tell our parents that we're basically gonna sleep at each other's houses. So I told my mom I'm gonna sleep at hers. She told her dad that she's gonna sleep at mine. I did my skincare wrong, but it's okay. So we met at the park. She got my snap because we knew like the same people. Like, we were in a big friendship group and she knew someone in there. So some guy was pissing me off, so I went and I sat on the bench, and then she came to me. She was like, oh, you okay, blah blah blah. And I think she knew me off TikTok at that point. It was on a Saturday, and the next day she had church, like, and it wasn't like, I don't know, I think it was the first of a time that she skipped church. So cool. At around like 8 PM, me and her just went home. And then we just kept on texting, being like, oh, we should go out tonight, blah, blah, blah. Cool, we both went home to like pack our bags to be ready for the night, because we were preparing to sleep at Pure Gym. This was a year ago, guys. I don't know what the fuck, like, my brain was actually frazzled back then, so, okay? Because she had like a membership, but it ended up getting cancelled, but I'll get to that. I don't know how she got out of the house. I think her dad was asleep, or she just told him she's coming to mine. And I remember my brother being downstairs playing Fortnite and my mum was asleep. I was just like, I'm going out till I'm coming back soon. So I think I went by bus. At this point it was like 9-10 PM.
we all met up, I'm not gonna say where, but like we all met up at the train station, and then when there was enough people there, we started walking to the bus. But then we were just waiting for more people to come, so we couldn't get on the bus, and we missed like 5 buses. And the buses at night come like every 20 minutes, so we waited there for like about an hour. I just remembered the only reason we did this was because 2 of our friends were like missing or something, so we wanted to stay with them throughout the night. I don't fucking know, and none of us could invite them to come sleep over, so we were just like, yeah, we'll just stay with you up. Okay, cool. So then we went to Pure Gym because 2 people had like the cards to get in, or it's like a code or something, I don't know, can't remember. So we all went in. Actually, we didn't get kicked out, but they brought eggs. Some boy smashed the egg on my hair. I didn't really care, but because like there was changing rooms, and I just washed my hair in the sink and I dried it off with the blow dryer. But yeah, I'll never forget that moment. I put my concealer, but then they realized that like a lot of people went in with the same code, so they kicked us out. And we were like, what the fuck should we do? Like, where should we go? Central. So basically, there was a bus that went straight from where we was to Leicester Square. So we just took that bus. And I'm not gonna lie, that was actually very fun. But at this point, it was like 1 a.m. or something. And my mum still didn't notice. She was asleep. We had a speaker and we played music at the bus. We were like sitting at the back of the bus, and then when we got there, we just went off the bus and started walking around. Me and my best friend went to McDonald's to like pee but there was such a big like queue, and there was a lot of older people like that were drunk. So then after we come out of McDonald's, I get a text from my mum being like, where the fuck are you? By the way, my dad was abroad at that time. I was like, bro, I'm in Central. You said I could. She was like, what the no. She was like, come back home now. Come back home now. And I was like, shit, then I'm in trouble. I regret it, but the experience was fun, I'm not gonna lie. And I was only 51 backwards. I had a good teenagehood. Whatever. So then at this point, like, we just got there. Nobody really wants to go home. And my mum keeps spamming me like, come home right now. At this point, I'm obviously stressing out. And then we lose half the group. And one girl, her location was on, but my best friend was with her and they weren't answering, so I couldn't go home. Because like, it was the first day we ever met. I promised her I'm gonna stay with her. And now she's lost in Central without me, and she doesn't have a place to sleep because she was meant to sleep at mine. Okay, so then I got on the bus by myself, I think, because no one was answering. I've waited like 45 minutes for them to come back to where we was. They just disappeared. I don't know where they've gone, so I had to go home. Like, this was like 4 a.m. I got on the bus. I was a scaredy cat, so I sat like right next to the driver. It was like I was on the bus at 4 a.m. with a bunch of drunk people, and I don't know, I don't want to get kidnapped or like molested. So don't come for me, I'm not good at lip liner. But yeah, so as soon as I'm like halfway through, like almost at home, she messages me being like, what, like, where are you? She understood me because she has strict parents as well. So then I got home and she ended up sleeping at one of the guys' houses because there was nowhere to sleep. Like, she couldn't get into Pure Gym even. She couldn't go back home. Like, it was just fumbled. When I got home, my mom just opened the door for me. She went to sleep and then we never talked about it again. I thought she was going to take my phone and stuff, but no. But yeah, then when my dad came back from the country, he was in, I can't remember where. I think it was like Thailand or something. So when my dad came back, obviously we had like a little chat about it. That's really it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you want more story times because I got so many. Like, so many. I won't be mentioning like names because that's just not right of me. Bye guys. Hey guys, get rid of me while I tell you a story time about my best friend that betrayed me. So I had a crush on some boy, and my best friend knew about it obviously because we were that close, and she's the only person that kind of knew. Every time I would talk with him, she would always like try to embarrass me. And you know those type of girls, like, they just say stuff to impress the boys and try and embarrass their own friends. she was saying also fake stuff, and I would be like, what? That's not true. Or I would just let it brush, like, I'll just allow her to chat. So she came to mine one day, and we were watching a film together on my bed. And she had to go to the toilet, so she left. And I can't lie, she was taking her... What? Anyways, she was taking her time. And she left her phone. And then I see someone text her, and guess who it is? My crush. Mine. And at this point, this girl is like my best friend, so obviously I know her password. So I go to see the message, and I see, I like you. He's told my best friend he likes her. And then I scroll up a bit on their Snapchat chats more, and they've been chatting the whole time. So obviously, if you know me, when I get information, I ask the person first about it, acting like I don't know what happened. And then I just see if they tell the truth or not, because that's how I am. I don't like exposing people, because I don't know how to do that. I just ask them and see if they say the truth. So I asked her, and this girl is lying to my face with absolutely no hesitation. Obviously, I put her phone back in time before she came in, so I just brushed it, and I had to think about what I should do. So obviously, time goes by. I let like the evening carry on. I don't really talk about it until the next week in school. I forgot to say my best friend had a boyfriend as well. So school comes, and it's a Monday, and I was just pissed. So I decided to go up to her boyfriend and tell him what happened, and we both decided to expose them. More time, expose her. So we go up to her in break, like me and him together, and she's like, why are you two together? Like, you're my boyfriend, you're meant to be with me. She was obviously jealous. And then he just goes, so why did you cheat on me? Because keep in mind, she went and met the guy, like, and the girl's obviously like, no, I didn't. What happened? What happened? I love you, this, that. And he's like, yes. And I said, you stole my crush. And then her mouth opened wide. So obviously right there and then, her boyfriend broke up with her, and she started dating my crush. But I had a secret little thing for her boyfriend too. Because like we would always hang out, and I would third wheel and see how good he treated her. And it just made me feel like I want him as well. So anyways, I was like, worst case scenario, he says he doesn't like me back, and we just brush. So I told him I like him, and he said he likes me too. So I got with him, and then after a while, my best friend, her new boyfriend lost interest. So they broke up, and she tried coming back to my boyfriend at the time. And obviously I treated him so much better than this little hoe, so yeah. But that's really it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to send me over some story times, go to my Instagram or my TikTok DMs, I don't mind. But yeah, that's really it, and hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.
I'm doing a
Story
part
time how I
2.
fought my own best friend. And sorry if my story times are super long, but I can't add the whole achievement into 60 seconds. Trust me, I tried and no. So long story short, I met this girl back in 2022. She was a lot younger than me. We were best friends. We became best friends like since the start, girl. Like when I tell you, she was super nice to me, whatever. But later on, it started to get a little more, ill vibes. Like we were cool to the point where I went to her house and stuff, like we would buy each other stuff. Like I bought her like ice cream, she would buy me little bracelets. Like it was a cute little friendship, I'll give it that. But fast forward a couple months passed, and I started being friends with everybody else. Oh, here's the foundation, because everybody keeps asking me for it, and I keep typing it in the comments, and apparently everybody ignores it, but here it is. But I genuinely think she didn't like the fact that I was like being friendly with other girls, like if she had a problem with the girl, she could have told me, but she never told me nothing. Until this one time in particular, she really threw me off with the little comments she was making though. She was like, oh, like my uncle is from Colombia. If you know from Colombia, it's known for the booger sugar being really good. Not that I know. But she was like, yeah, he really is like that. Like, girl, like my family. And I was like, bitch, if it was a fucking Chapo 2.0 motherfucker, why the fuck are you coming to this ghetto school? Why don't you pay $1,000 to go to a private school? And the shorty just stayed quiet. I guess that's what kind of like bothered her, because I literally humbled her. I was like, girl, what the heck? Like, don't try to claim something you are not. And ever since that day, I guess it just got under her skin. And then literally another week passes by and she's like, oh, I'm really a hood. And I was like, girl, what the fuck? And I literally told her, I was like, oh, so what's your, bandana color? Because, this girl hit me with a gray. Bitch, what the fuck you mean gray? Like this kind of gray? She was like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck does that stand for? She was like, it stands for peace. I seen the movie Boys in the Hood and all that bullshit, and I never seen none of that. So that's when I realized, I was like, I need to distance myself from this fucking bitch. The fuck? She false claiming and she swears she's a fucking narco? What the fuck? So then she had invited me to her house, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna go to your house. Bitch, I go. This bitch live in the suburbs. I was like, this is what you call the hood? Bitch, I was youngin' with no fucking milk. I had to eat cereal right out the box. I had to get food from the cafeteria and bring it back home. I would eat my own boogers. Just kidding. Like, don't get me wrong. Her house was nice as fuck or whatever. Like, it was cool. Look, I have evidence that I went. For certain reasons, this is me and this is her. I went to her house, bro. But honestly, I was pretty shocked because I was like, girl, you say that you're from the hood and you live in a nice, pretty house. Like, don't get me wrong. That's good that you live in a nice home. Hey. But after that, like, ever since that day, like, after that, bro, like, we just, like, I don't know. She would make, like, certain little comments, like, try to make me look bad in front of dudes. Like, she had that habit of trying to make me look bad in front of dudes. Like, this one time, she knew I liked this other guy, right? Tell me why. She's like, oh, you want my water bottle so you won't have to go to your car? We had gotten into an argument that day in class. I think I have the video. It won't let me upload it, but long story short, me and her I just called her desperate ass bitch, and she was like, for who? For who? So this is where things start to get, a little escalated. So literally the principal had came for her to the class. He came for her. As soon as she reaches outside the door, she starts getting rattled up. Come find me, bitch, come outside. I was like, ho, is you cool? Like, I know this girl ain't stupid enough to try to argue with two girls knowing damn well she about to get jumped. Like, and ever since that day, me and her fell out hard. Fast forward next year. This is already junior year. I had her for all my fucking classes. The principal and the counselor knew damn well what had happened between me and her the year prior. Like, girl, when I tell you this girl was a big bully, like, she would talk so much shit. Like, I would literally be sitting in front of her and she'd be like, yeah, last time we argued and she didn't even do nothing. That bitch scary, fucking pussy ass bitch. Like, wait, no mames, güey, eres una pinche morrida, te puedo partir tu puta madre la verga. And this went on for, like, I think more than a month of her just talking shit. Like, she'll walk past by me, like, she'll laugh, she'll talk. Her and her little fucking minions will look at me and laugh. She was one of those fucking bitches that needed an army to laugh at me. So then there's this one day, I had her for this one class, right? She was talking to this one guy behind me and was like, oh, like, why aren't you and her friends no more? Y'all used to be best friends. This girl just started talking out of her ass and was like, oh, fuck that bitch, she ain't doing nothing that day. I posted up with her. Mind you, she didn't even post up. She posted right outside the door knowing damn well the principal was holding her. So I was like, okay, bitch, all right. So as soon as class is dismissed, it's already time to go home, mind you. Like, this shorty was walking in front of me. Like, girl, is you dumb? Like, I could literally catch you behind your back. But I was like, nah, we're gonna make it fair. Her grandma picks her up, bro. When I tell you that she had the balls to laugh, look at me and look at her grandma. Her and her old ass fucking granny look at me and start laughing, bro. I was like, ain't no way her and her fucking granny are talking shit about me, the fuck. Bitch, you're about to die. The fuck? My bad, because TikTok people be sensitive. And I was super cool with the security guard. I was like, yo, mister, I'm warning you, I'm gonna fight the bitch tomorrow. He hit me with a, no, it's not worth it, no, wooty woo. I was like, bro, nah. Shorty keep talking shit and like, she think I'm some weak bitch. So next day comes around. Girl, when I tell you, I wake up, I don't even put makeup on. I am ready to squabble up, you know? I slick my hair down, right? Like, I'm talking about slick, tight ponytail, extra hairspray, extra gel, no lashes, and rings. Bro, I pull up fast as hell to school that morning. I pull up, but I'm like, I'm not gonna fight her this early. I'm gonna wait till second period. Wooty woo. Second period comes around. I see her walking. I was like, yo, bitch. I was like, stop talking so much shit, bitch, and running, hoe. The fuck? When I tell you, her and her little fucking friend laughed at me, I was like, oh, you wanna laugh, puta? And this one guy in particular saw me pressing her, so he was like, oh shit. So me and him start walking in class, the same class we had her in, second period. And he was like, oh, once we go in, he was like, oh, are you gonna fight her? Like, out loud, bro. Me being already mad as fuck, I was like, yes, but the bitch don't want to post up with her fucking fake ass. Girl, I said out loud, I ain't give a fuck. Back then, I was a little, little ghetto. Class starts and they take away our phones. Tell me why this bitch waits till we all get our phones back. This bitch feeling bold. She's like, so what you say about me? What you say about me? I didn't even argue with her. I was like, run it. She did not motherfucking run it. So I ended up throwing the first punch where I fucked up. Boom, we started tussling. Tell me what this girl starts pulling my hair, bro. Like, in the video, you can see she pulls my hair first. I get mad. I say, boom, on the edge of the table. Like, it's not, the fight wasn't like, oh my god. No, it was a little small fight. But still. Boom, she's on the ground. I start punching her. She ends up biting my middle finger. She was hungry for me. Fast forward, the fight's over. She's from her nose and mouth where her dumb ass just goes like this and ends up spreading it all over her face. Then the principal comes in rushing. She's like, oh my god, did you? And I was like, nope, the fuck? And fast forward, her parents ended up pressing charges on me. And she swore that she was about that life, that she was a gangster. Bitch, what the fuck? And due to TikTok regulations, I don't think I could post it on here. But I'll post it on my close friends. So follow me on Instagram. If you know, you know. But yeah, that bitch ended up pressing charges and acted like the victim in front of the judge and said that I was bullying her. So there you guys have it. That's the story time when I fought this fucking stupid ass girl.
I'm getting accusations that I'm copying Davy from Never Have I Ever. Davy is a fictional character. Unfortunately, I'm real. My math teacher yesterday asked me if I was related to a kid I fucking hate. This kid literally, he dropped a penny and he bent over for his penny. Who the fuck bends over for a penny? Like, how broke you gotta be? See, I would do that, but I just don't like him, so I'm using it against him. I can't really say the reason why I don't like him, because unfortunately the whole mandom knows about this account, and it will get to him if I say why I hate him. If you want a clue, just think about why my teacher would ask me if I'm related to him. Sorry guys, I'm being a little bit mean, but don't worry, the reason why I don't like him is very valid. Weird. Why is my desk so high? I mean, my vanity. Yeah, it's bougie like that. Anyways, I have to go early today because I have to take a chem test that I missed. I want to stop procrastinating, but unfortunately, yes, I do crave the high of studying for like 15 hours on the last day and still getting a good grade.